I'm Pia Jyoti Kachru coming to you from ITV Gold Studio in New Jersey. I'm welcoming you all to our weekly show, The American Dream, Real Estate 101, where we talk everything real estate and we'll be getting answers from the experts. Every seller wants their home to sell fast for a large profit, but it takes more than luck and it involves a lot of careful planning and knowing how to professionally prepare your home to convince buyers to pull out their checkbooks. So in today's show, we will be talking about how to prep your house for sale with our very own award-winning salesperson, Alka Aneja of On Track Realty, who has been doing real estate for more than 27 years. She's also the president of Humbled by Your Service, a charity formed during COVID. Last but not least, she also hosts Soul Talks with Alka on YouTube. And she is here to give you insights into the world of real estate. So let me welcome Alka. Alka, welcome to our show.
Thank you, Pia. Thank you. It's nice to be with everybody today. We try to come up with things that we think will help you because we want to be of value to you. So we appreciate you tuning in.
Absolutely. So, when I would say when you are driving through a neighborhood, your curb appeal, it's very important. So tell our viewers, our listeners, what role does landscaping play in the sale of your home?
So they say that every book is judged by its cover and every house is judged by what it looks like from outside. If your landscaping is kept well, it's pruned, the grass is looking nice, the outside is looking nice, that's important. Remember, when a buyer is going to step up and ring your doorbell, while they're opening the door or while the agent is opening up that lockbox, they're looking around to see, are there spider webs? Is the landing broken? That's where their attention is going because they have something to do. They need to do something, right? And so they're paying attention to that stuff. So make sure you're looking at the house through a buyer's viewpoint. And whenever a seller walks through their home, there's always that emotional factor, right? ये मेरा घर है.
बिल्कुल.
तो बिल्कुल ठीक ही होगा ना, मेरा घर है, मैं रह रहा हूँ, right? But coming through as a buyer's viewpoint. अगर किसी और का घर होगा, तो how will it look? So when a buyer is, waiting at the door to enter your home, they are looking at everything around. They're looking at your grass, they're looking at your spider webs, they're looking at the molding, they're looking at the door frame. Those are the details you need to look at. As a seller, we all think हमारा घर ठीक है, हम रहते हैं यहाँ पे, everything is fine. But as a buyer, the buyer is walking in looking at flaws. They're looking at the house, but they're also looking at flaws. So make sure your house is visible from outside. The trees are pruned. Basic stuff that you can also get on HGTV. Take some time and look at that knowledge. It's important. It's not that if the house is landscaped, it'll sell for more money, but it'll sell faster.
But tell me, Alka, what's a good balance? कभी ऐसा हो जाता है कि people are like, अरे नहीं, मुझे इतनी सारी trees नहीं चाहिए. So what is a good balance? No trees, lot of trees, less trees. What should it be?
It really depends on your development. If you're in an area where the trees are the beauty of the development, you don't want to go there सारी trees कटवा रहे हो, right? Because then आपके neighbors भी बोलेंगे कि ये क्या है. Remember, when you remove the trees, you're also changing the topography of your land. So there's water absorption that's happening with your trees. When you remove those trees, your soil is going to be wet. So you just can't randomly remove trees. Obviously, tree removal needs permits, but they will remove trees based on कि आपके lot size में कितने trees होने चाहिए, कितने नहीं होने चाहिए. But if you have that, once you take them out, there's repercussions that your lot has. Right? That's one thing. Second is your neighbors. They'll want to know, okay, इतने सारे पेड़ होते थे हमारे area में. Now all of a sudden this person has come in and taken out all the trees. So you want to have a mixed balance of both. Too much of anything is bad.
So let's go inside the house. And I remember a long back, talking about, especially when we were buying the house and somebody was selling it to us and we were just talking, we were like, friends. So they were just talking कि हमको जी ऐसा tip मिला था कि घर के जो रंग होने चाहिए, बड़े neutral होने चाहिए and stuff like that. So I don't know, does that still hold good?
Absolutely. You want to neutralize the home as much as you can. Because dark colors make the rooms look darker. So light colors, neutral colors will reflect light. Jitna light or bright ghar hoga, that'll help. Now, a lot of people ask me if you want pictures of your kids or a family. I'm a big proponent of pictures. I say leave them on there. You also you don't want 30 pictures on a wall, but one or two are fine. Just know that there is a privacy issue, right? Internet में अगर आपको अपने बच्चों की फोटो नहीं चाहिए उसमें, then please do not put your pictures on, because everything is in the internet today. Pictures जाती हैं, they go up all over the place. But it makes the person walking in saying, oh, I can imagine myself here. Oh, this is a happy home.
Absolutely.
So I think having a little amount of personalization is always good, because people want to know, was the family happy here? Was this a lucky home for them? It's always important. Now, not all homes are happy, not all homes are lucky, and that doesn't mean anything, but you're always going to find a buyer for that, but most buyers are always looking for that particular scenario. If you do have a thing where aapke ghar mein kuch hua hai, that is not the happiest, right? You're selling for that reason. Everybody sells for different reasons. Talk to your real estate professional. That's why we are here. We're here to overcome any sorts of objections that you have, any sorts of challenges that you may have. And we'll guide you through, okay, it wasn't the happiest, but how do we get over that?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think, that's very important, because what I have seen earlier is, I have seen a lot of homes, they just leave things fine, minimum amount is okay, but they just leave everything there and thinking that this house is going to sell. So do you, how do you declutter it? Can you just give little tips to?
I think spending a little bit of time and going through it as a process, saying that we're going to sell, and taking each room and saying, okay, I don't need it. Moving is the best time to get rid of your stuff, because those times you make a decision. Am I going to keep it or am I going to throw it? And then you declutter, because it'll help you move also. It saves on money for moving. It's not just that, right? Because the more boxes you have, the more it's going to cost you to move. So it helps you on saving on moving as well. So decluttering is ideal. Now, as a buyer, when you're living in the home, start doing that from day one. Like, don't overcrowd your house. Use the spring cleaning. Use fall cleaning. These are township-free things. Use that time to get rid of your stuff from the home. It's important. Jitna kam rakhoge saman, it's good for feng shui, it's good for vastu. All of the sciences tell you the less stuff, the better.
And even, I have seen, like, जब भी हमें कभी घर बेचना होता है, we definitely do, we try to rush, but we cook in our house, and knowing our kind of, cooking, jisme there is frying involved, there is masalas are involved, and there is a huge aroma of spices going around the house. So what would you say about that?
So if you're putting your home on the market, you probably want to avoid that, right? You want to put flowers, potpourri, and it's not that घर की कभी सफाई नहीं करो और वो कर दो. So perfume is not a replacement for a proper bath, right? So you have to clean your home.
Absolutely.
And then you can put a potpourri on there, right? So you have to make sure that you're doing things accordingly. Again, your real estate agent will guide you as to what needs to get done. Maybe we need to have the home cleaned twice before you start, right? And then put in agarbatti. You don't want to put an insane amount of agarbatti, because somebody may be allergic to it.
Exactly.
Walking in. So know that the smells can't inundate you when they walk in. Because agar garmi hai aur ghar mein bhi garmi hai, so that's the only thing you feel. So in the summertime, keep your temperature cool. In the wintertime, keep your temperature warm. Keep your smells low, so that when you walk in, you're not concentrating on, kya banaye?
Exactly,
machli bani hai ya meat bana hai ya, because if you're a vegetarian and you walk into a home that is cooked fish, people will not be able to stand in that house. They say, we want to leave, we can't look, jaldi karo, jaldi karo. You don't want that reaction from a buyer. So just put yourself in the person's shoes. If you have a pet, right, make sure the pet hair is not everywhere. There are people who are allergic to pets. So be aware of those things, because that animal is your family. But to the person coming in, it's somebody who's a foreign animal, right? So you want to make sure that everything is protected for all parties.
And I honestly feel it's very, very important, as we were talking about, decluttering and cooking and everything, because I know, I remember going to one of the homes, and I, went to everywhere to see, how it is, and even their closets. Oh my God, one of the closets was filled. As soon as we opened the door, something fell back on us.
And that's a good point. Know that you can't just take your stuff and stuff it
dump
in the closet.
Exactly.
Right? Because the buyer needs to feel themselves there. They're going to open up the closet, so they're going to see what it is, right? So wo sab hoga wahan pe. Make sure you're aware of every every place that the buyer can go. Ask your real estate professional as to what needs to get done. अब जितनी ज़्यादा तैयारी करके रखोगे, your sale will be much, much better.
Absolutely. And so, let's talk about like, for example, मुझे अभी अपना घर बेचना है और मेरा स्टोव ठीक से नहीं चल रहा है, मेरा ये walls are not right, something is wrong. So what about, is it a good idea to do remodeling of the home or something?
So our show mantra is
yes,
it depends.
It depends.
Okay? It depends. It depends on whether it's a wall that needs to get painted and an appliance that needs to get done versus you need to do an overhaul of the kitchen. Because kai bari kya hota hai, if your appliances are old and your kitchen's also old.
Right.
The minute you change your appliances, now your kitchen's looking older.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Then you do not want to change your appliances because the person walking in is going to change everything. So you price it accordingly. However, if you have a granite countertop and you have a nice cabinet and you have mismatched appliances, then please change those appliances because now, they're the sore spot in your vision. So look at your holistic picture and then decide what you want to do. There's really no thing of, if you don't need to paint the whole room, if you don't want to paint the whole room, if you can paint one wall, it's fine. There's no set answer. Everything is so fluid. It's important that you are fluid with it because our answers can change when you walk in as a real estate professional.
And I think it's very important for all of us as an Asian community to make sure, whenever somebody comes to our house to see it and if we are selling it, just keep it neat and clean. Yes. I think that is the first thing.
Well, that gets you top dollar.
That will get you top
absolutely,
dollars.
Absolutely, because people don't want to spend money when they and what happens is first-time home buyers don't have the extra cash flow to do some of the work. So if they walk into a home and they say, wow, this is clean, this is nice, I can live here for 3-4 years and then fix it up, they would much rather prefer that. Now there's a caveat to that, and I'll go to a buyer's viewpoint. When you've bought a home, when is the right time to do an upgrade? Just know that people will always ask me, Biyaki, if we do the kitchen, what is our return on investment?
Right.
Right? And I always say, okay, if you do your kitchen when you first move in and you live in the house 10 years, you get to enjoy it for 10 years.
Right. No, that's
if
true.
you do it 2 years before you sell it, you essentially did it for the new buyer.
Exactly.
Right? Because the buyer is going to enjoy it.
Exactly.
So know what you want to do. Take a project on every year. Every year, improve your home a little bit. And at the end, because you will have enjoyed it, it'll not be like, अरे मैंने तो 5 लाख का घर लिया था and I've spent $100,000 and now I need the money back, right? In this market, in today's market, you can get more than that money back. But in a normal market, you may or may not, right? But that upgrade was done for you. It was done for your family and you enjoyed it. So it's important that you sit down and say, this window is $1,500 today, right? I'm going to be in the house for 10 years. It's $360, 365 days in a year, times 10, divided by $1,500. How much does it cost me? That window will not even cost you a cup of coffee. It won't even cost you a cup of Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Forget Starbucks, right? So it just depends on what you're doing. I tell everybody, तुम्हारे को कुछ करना है, 1 महीने के लिए अपनी coffee छोड़ दो. But upgrade on your home because that's just a better investment. Even if it goes down, it's a better investment. I always say live because it's important. People invest in stocks, stock market goes down.
Exactly.
You have nothing to show for it.
Exactly.
Nothing. That doesn't mean I'm against stocks. I'm not. But I'm just telling you, life is a balance. It's all about how you balance your funds. And when you walk in, because it's the American dream, right?
Exactly.
We all buy the home because it's an American dream. We all want to enjoy our homes. But when you pull up to the house, it should look outside. I'm here.
Exactly. It should basically be like, this is my space. This is
my space.
My happy place to
be.
That's what it is. That is what American Dream is all about.
Yeah. And if you need to put some money in, you need to put some love into it, please, for all practical purposes, put it in. Because the more you do every year, you'll not have to do one big project. Because you've taken care of the house, right?
Exactly.
If you've never done your landscaping, ever, the landscaping is going to cost you a fortune right before you're going to sell it.
It does. It's very expensive.
It's very expensive. But if you keep up with it, it's just maintenance. So every year, it's it's something that you do, it's something that you have to account for. It's your kharcha every year. So say, this year I'm going to do the bathroom. Next year I'm going to do the kitchen.
Absolutely.
Then I'm going to paint. Painting the room is not so expensive. It's like $300 to paint a room. So go ahead.
Absolutely.
You know, we buy a sari that's $400.
More than that.
I know.
It is more than that. And you
wear
don't
it-
even
wear
enjoy
once.
it. You just wear it once.
You put it
Exactly.
on Facebook and you can never wear it again as a woman, right? Because it's like, oh my God, where do I wear it? It's already been on Facebook.
It's already there.
Yeah, so,
Yes.
but you can paint your whole room for $400. So think about, like, keep things in perspective when it's your home. It's important because people really blow it out of proportion.
So I also would want you to give any other tips to sellers, especially if they are in the market trying to sell.
I think make sure that your home is available to show. Make sure that there's no pets. Talk to a realtor. Figure out what is the right pricing strategy in today's market, because multiple offers are there, but having the right strategies is so important for you. I mean, we always say that we're here, and if you ever need to reach out to me, you can always reach out to me at On Track Realty. Of course, my number is there, 732-494-2211. But reach out to us, ask us questions, email Pia at ITV Gold. We're here for you. We'll give you the answers that you need, but you need to ask. An educated consumer really is the best customer. And even as educated buyer really is the best customer. The more you know, the better you will do. You'll make an informed decision, and that's the best decision to make.
Absolutely, and I think this is wonderful, and I just loved it, the amazing tips you gave, and
Thank you.
especially to us, you know, we kind of take it for granted. कोई नहीं घर है तो ऐसा ही होता है, हम तो यहाँ पे रहते हैं, गंदा ही होता है, you know, I like my home dirty, I don't want it clean, it's happy home if it's dirty. Well, that's fine, you know, happiness is always good, you want to be happy, but make sure just keep it a little clean and keep the air coming in, make it more,
Yes.
you know, breathable.
Absolutely. It's very important. You want to make sure that ab jaise marzi raho. You know, everybody lives whatever they want. When you put
Absolutely.
the home on the market, now you're opening up your space to a lot of other people, right? It doesn't matter what your home is like, but when it goes out, you have to make sure it's presented a certain way, and the better you present it, the better your home will do.
Absolutely, and I would like to thank you for
you so much.
coming today and giving us all this tips and advice, and it's really awesome. Whenever I talk to you, of course, every Thursday, it is really, you know, very informative, very educative.
Thank you so much, Pia. Thank you. It's a pleasure. And again, if anybody needs to reach out, please call us or email.
Absolutely, she's right there, On Track Realty.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Take care, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and once again, yes, we'll be back next week, same time with a different topic related to real estate. And I also want to remind all the viewers to follow us on our Facebook handle at ITV Gold, subscribe to our YouTube channel for news on community, entertainment and events in US and India. I am Pia Jyoti Kachru, wishing you all well until next time.